My name is Lucas Klipsch, and this is my wife, Jessica. And we met in high school. We've been married for 19 years, getting ready to celebrate our 20th anniversary in the summer. And we have done a lot of things the wrong way. But over the last decade or so, we've kind of started to improve our marriage.
Yeah, I think that the one thing I can point to that has really held us accountable to each other and to our relationship has been being part of a small group. The church that we came from had a lot of people who cared about us very much, but did not have a great structure for coming together, meeting, and building that community that we needed.
Kind of what happened was about 10 years ago, we were in a critical stage in our marriage where we really weren't going to make it if it weren't for the kids. At the time, we had our two sons, our birth sons, and they were really the only reason we stayed together. And we tell people this openly. We didn't like each other very much. We didn't have the same values, and it didn't seem like we were compatible. I mean, we'd met each other when we were young, very young, 14, 15 years old. So we thought we had it all figured out, but really we'd just been going backwards for about a decade in marriage. When we started coming to Emmanuel, God provided us an opportunity to make a clean slate with our marriage.
Yeah, and so just a couple months after we started attending the Banta campus, we had our groups launch there. And so we were slightly intimidated in the beginning, but we decided to stick with it and just see, who stuck with the group and who maybe found a different group.
We had never been a part of this before, but as the weeks went on, the first few weeks of the group semester, we ended up getting down to about, I think, 7 or 8 couples. And for the most part, those were the people who stayed with the group for the first few semesters. Now, I can tell you that a lot of things have changed since then. That's been 8 years ago. But we're still in that small group. Now, a lot of people have left and a lot of people have come, but we're still a part of that small group. We only left one time to multiply, which means we left to create a new small group because we felt God calling us to go out and do a new married small group, which we were able to start and run for a couple years over at the Banta campus to kind of share all the mistakes and issues that we had in our marriage and the things not to do with younger, new married people.
So life is hard, and we really hope that you hear our hearts when we say that the one thing about small group that's been so meaningful to us is just having a tribe of people who are there to support us, hold us accountable, and help us, get picked back up when we fall down. And so I know that the hard things that have hit us in our lives would not have been manageable without that group of people who love us so much. And so I hope that you'll take that away and think about it, and hopefully you can find some encouragement to give small groups a try.
I think that the biggest takeaway for me about small groups, if people ask me, why do a small group? I usually just tell them because you're not meant to do all this by yourself. When you join a group of people with the same values as you, who all want to be in the same place on a faith walk, you learn that, other people have the same problems as you, and you don't feel as isolated and alone as you do when you're just trying to do life by yourself.